Motor Week is made possible by TireRack.com, RockAuto.com, and State Farm.
Several years ago, workhorse sport utility vehicles crossed over from strictly traditional on-the-job applications to everyday around-town duties. People found that full-size brutes like the Chevy Blazer and its cousin, the GMC Jimmy, were good for more than just towing boats and sloshing through construction sites. They could also easily handle a full load of kids and groceries. Manufacturers are now faced with the problem of building vehicles that will please both families and serious off-road users. Not an easy task, but one that the engineers from GMC were determined to succeed at when they were planning their new Jimmy replacement. GMC thinks the resulting vehicle is so different from the old Jimmy that it even deserves a new name. It's called the Yukon. They claim that it's both rugged and user-friendly, and we decided to find out for ourselves. The 1992 GMC Yukon arrives on the scene with equal amounts of brawn and good looks. Based on GM's latest full-size pickup platform, the Yukon is longer, heavier, and can carry more passengers than its predecessor, hence the brawn. But it's the Yukon's styling that first piqued our interest. Flush surfaces and rounded edges not only provide improved aerodynamics, but the smooth sheet metal adds a sense of respectability to a vehicle that is more at home on the range. A front view confirms the CK truck family resemblance. Our top-of-the-line Yukon SLE features composite halogen headlamps, chrome grille, and bumper guards. Replacing the old Jimmy's fiberglass rear cab is an all-steel design with 30% more glass. The new two-piece lift glass tailgate blends nicely with the overall rounded theme of the Yukon. The two-tone paint and wheel flare treatment are part of our test vehicle's sport appearance package. Back to the brawn, under the hood of the Yukon is GMC's 210 horsepower 5.7-liter V8 engine with electronic fuel injection. It's mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission. Together, they deliver 300 pound-feet of torque. A 5-speed manual is available, while a simple-to-use shift-on-the-fly part-time 4-wheel drive system is standard. Acceleration is good for a 4,600-pound truck, turning in 9.7 seconds 0 to 60, and 17.4 seconds with a final speed of 77 miles per hour for the quarter-mile run. The new independent front suspension uses torsion bars instead of last year's solid axle on leaf springs. Combined with more steering feel, it made our trip through the slalom most manageable. There was some push and body roll, but that's to be expected from any vehicle of this size, truck or not. Bringing this 188-inch behemoth to an asphalt stop requires quite a bit of road surface, mostly due to the newness of the brakes. We averaged along 146 feet for a 60-0 stop. The standard 4-wheel ABS system works fine, but made a lot of noise when activated. On the highway, the Yukon's ride is comfortable, with a relatively quiet 70 decibels at 60 miles per hour. But it never let us forget it is a truck. Fuel economy estimates are befitting such a workhorse, 13 city and 17 highway. Our combined test loop was 15 miles per gallon. And the Yukon's towing capacity is increased by 1,000 pounds to 7,000. We did note that constant steering correction had to be made when driving on typical country roads, but the Yukon's heart is in off-road performance. So, off we went. The Yukon tackled the rough terrain with a vengeance, remaining stable with little pitch and roll. Steering proved quick and precise here, and the beefy 16-inch Wrangler TD tires dug right in. There's almost 9 inches of ground clearance, enough for most passable trails. Although overall vehicle height and width are decreased slightly, the Yukon's interior is roomier. The dash is GM's standard CK arrangement, the same as in the new Suburban. Our SLE model had a full complement of gauges, while most standard and optional controls are within easy reach of the driver. Airbags are not available. We settled into the cloth-covered captain's chairs, but only after a giant step up. The seats are comfortable and provide good support. While a 6-way power control is an available option, the manual controls on our Yukon work just fine. The SLE's standard 60/40 splint front bench seat allows for up to 6 passengers. The front passenger bucket seat moves forward to facilitate entry to the solid rear bench seat. there's room for all the heads and legs of 3 adults. Access to the cargo area is also convenient, and despite the Yukon's trimmer exterior shape, total cargo capacity with the rear seat up has been increased to 53 cubic feet. With the rear seat down, volume expands to 103 cubic feet. That's down from last year. The full-size spare mounts inside above the floor. But despite its full-size nature, the base price of the Yukon, $19,518, is about the same as its smaller four-door rivals like the Ford Explorer and Jeep Grand Cherokee. Our Yukon SLE with options total $26,390. Full-size sport utility competition for the Yukon and Blazer is limited to the Ford Bronco and the Dodge Ram Charger. Both use older chassis designs, have less standard torque, and a stiffer highway ride. Only the Ram Charger offers a 2-wheel drive version. It's true that sales of full-size sport utility vehicles have declined in recent years as the popularity of smaller 4-door 4x4 wagons rose. However, a core of full-size buyers remains loyal. Big brutes like the Yukon have no equal for tough off-road assignments, and no compact 4x4 comes close in towing capacity. The truly impressive part of this redesign is that its civilization did not come at the expense of ruggedness. In fact, the Yukon distances itself from the Jimmy in all meaningful measures of performance. Not everyone needs the capabilities of the GMC Yukon or any full-size sport utility. But if you do, take note, there's a new name at the head of the class.